Hi there and welcome to part 11 of my 100-day drawing challenge for 2019. So starting off with prompt number 70, I actually had a couple of prompts around this point in the challenge which I didn't end up doing this year because last year I had 3 prompts that were to design some like Christmas card designs. I took those out this year and replaced them with different prompts. So a couple of these are going to be different from last year, but I will return to a similar prompt list to last year after these couple. So for number 70, I just decided to redraw a character that I drew a little while ago. So the illustration of this character isn't that old. It's from April. I actually posted this illustration to Instagram, but then I archived it because I really didn't like it. I just thought it was not very good and I decided I didn't like it very much. But I'll throw it up on the screen for you so I can compare the two. I just really liked this character and decided that I wanted to redraw her. So this is a pretty simple illustration overall. Her pose is pretty simple. I just went with the classic circle in the background and drew this cute character, but I had a lot of fun with it. I just really liked how in the illustration I did in April, I gave her this kind of check pattern on her dress and then gave her a little matching bow in her hair. I just thought it was really cute, and it was overall using a lot of blues and then some pink for the skin tone, and I just thought that the colours worked really well together, so I wanted to do something really similar. So I did, I just went with something really similar. I redrew this character. I think it turned out really cute, but I really don't have much else to say about it. So moving on to number 71. Again, there isn't a prompt for this drawing. So again, I just redrew a character that I drew a while ago. I was having a lot of fun redrawing old characters, so I wanted to do it again. I went with a little bit of a square this time rather than a circle, just to change things up a little bit, and also because I wanted this one and the next one to kind of go together as a little bit of a set. So you'll see the next one in a minute. But this character was based on a drawing I did a little while ago, and this one actually did really well on Instagram for some reason. It was one that I didn't plan for. I didn't try and make it the absolute best of my ability. It was just something fun that I drew a while ago. But then when I posted it, it was met with really positive feedback, and I really like it. I really like this character design, so I just decided to draw her again, and maybe she'll become a recurring character that I draw, because I do think her design is really fun, and again, I just really enjoy the colour scheme. I did give her a slightly different outfit, because I don't really like drawing characters in exactly the same outfit all the time. I really like to kind of experiment and change the outfit a little bit and still make it similar to the original outfit I drew them in, so that they kind of follow a scheme and a pattern, but they aren't exactly the same. But I did give her the same hairstyle because I thought it was really, really cute, and I tried to recreate the colours as best as I could. I couldn't remember the exact colours that I used last time, but I think I recreated it pretty similarly. And I really think all the colours work well together, especially with the skin tone. And I just think that she's super cute, so I had a lot of fun with this one. And then I did some little hearts in the background and floating all around her. I just thought it was a really cute little concept of a little drawing to do. And I love her big belt with the star on. She has a similar sort of thinner belt with a heart on in the original drawing, so I just wanted to kind of play off of that idea but change it a little bit. And then for number 72, I redrew another character. I was just on a roll and I was having so much fun redrawing old characters that I haven't drawn in a little while. I never intended for any of these characters to be recurring or original characters. They were just illustrations that I did a little while back, and I just had a lot of fun redrawing them. So this was one, the original illustration, what I think is my most popular or most liked Instagram post on my whole account, and I still really like the original illustration a lot. Probably better than this one, actually. This one didn't turn out quite to plan, but I did experiment a little bit with it. So the original was kind of supposed to be a yellow and black kind of colour scheme, because I think yellow and black go together really well, so I did a black box in the background, and then the character had a lot of bright yellow and some stars floating around, so I tried to do a similar thing with this one. I really like at the moment using yellow and purple, and this isn't the last time you're going to see that colour scheme, even this week with these prompts, because I enjoy that colour scheme so much. For some reason lately, everything I do has purple and yellow. I don't know why, I'm just really enjoying it at the moment. So I redrew the character kind of similarly to the original, gave her a similar hairstyle, that sort of thing. I did change the top a little bit because it's blue in the original. I think that colour really stands out and looks quite strange in the original. I kind of wish I'd have coloured it a different colour. So I went with yellow this time, but kept the rest of the outfit pretty similar. And then drew all of these stars kind of floating around, similarly to the last one with all the hearts everywhere. I went with stars for this one, and then coloured the background purple so that those yellow stars would kind of stand out against the background. I do like this, but there are some mistakes with it, and my marker for the background started to run out, so I think it looks really patchy, so I'm not 100% happy with this, but I do like it, and I don't know, not every single illustration can be amazing, or even to the best of my ability. Some of them just don't work out properly, and this is one of those. I do like it, but it just didn't work out quite to plan. Okay, we're back to actual prompts. So prompt number 73 was gymnastics. I honestly wasn't sure what to draw for this one. I struggled with it a little bit. I couldn't really find a reference image that I liked enough to try and recreate it, and I didn't really know what to do. I don't know. This one stumped me a little bit, so I went with kind of a simple idea, but I took this as an opportunity to draw some kind of different anatomy, because I think with gymnastics, it was the perfect opportunity to draw a character in kind of a difficult pose. And I think it was really good for practice to draw that kind of stuff sometimes. Yeah, I just started sketching and went for it and did the best I could with the pose. I tried to make the anatomy kind of as accurate as I could. It was kind of difficult because, again, this is a pose that I don't draw very often, believe it or not. So it was a little bit complicated here and there, but I just kind of kept sketching until I liked it, and then went with a really bright pink for the outfit just because I really love that bright pink, and I thought, why not use it, because really I could choose any colour for this, so I went with pink. And then I went with a paler pink in the background, coloured a lot of blush on her face and stuff like that just to tie it together. Added a little bit of pink into the skin just on like the knees and stuff, just to kind of tie the whole thing together. Yeah, overall this isn't the most kind of visually interesting illustration I've done, but I think it works for the prompt, so it got the job done, I suppose. Prompt number 74 was fireflies. So last year I went with something a little bit more similar to my firework drawing and my bonfire drawing, but to be honest, I'm kind of sick of using so many dark colours because I really love using pastel colours and paler colours and brights and stuff. So when these prompts come up that immediately make me think of kind of dark stuff, I feel like I have to go with that. And like with all my Halloween prompts, I went with a lot of dark colours and stuff. And I really enjoyed that at the time, but I just didn't feel like using dark colours. I wanted to use pastel colours, so I did. So I went with purple in the background and then yellow for the fireflies because I've been using purple and yellow all the time recently. I just love it. I think it's such a cute colour combination. And I absolutely love the colours that ended up being used for her outfit too. Again, I didn't want to use boring colours for this, so I used really cute colours, and I think it turned out really cute. I gave her blonde hair just because I'd used that purple for the background, or I was planning on using that purple for the background. I can't remember what I coloured first, but I was planning on using purple for the background, so I knew that I wanted that yellow to stand out against it. And then went with pink for the scarf and a kind of peachy orange colour for her outfit, and then pink for the skirt. And then added a little bit of a yellow shading across the whole thing just to tie it all together. And I think it turned out super cute. I really love this colour scheme, and I would actually love to use these exact colours together again for another illustration, because this one's kind of simple. I do think it turned out cute, but it is very basic. I mean, the character's pose isn't very interesting and there's not really a lot going on, so even though I like this, I'd love to take this colour scheme and use it again for a different illustration, something a bit more interesting. But I like it, it's cute, and I think the colours turned out so cool. I really like the colours. Prompt number 75 was piano. So last year I drew like a lady sat at a piano, and it took forever to draw this piano. I'm not really good at drawing like geometric like objects or perspective on solid objects and things like that. Really my strengths lie with drawing characters, and I didn't really feel like drawing another grand piano where I was going to have to sit for ages with a ruler and try and figure out whether all the lines looked right together, so I just didn't. I put a little bit of a different twist on this prompt, and instead of drawing a piano, I gave her a guitar. Because I was like, it's basically a piano. I mean, it's more a keyboard, but didn't want to draw a piano. I just didn't feel like it. So it's kind of piano themed in a way. I also didn't want to just draw a character with a piano print on her outfit, because I thought that was a little bit too much of a stretch. So I did actually give her an instrument. She's playing an instrument, so I think it fits with the piano prompt. And the instrument has keys like a piano, so it's basically a piano. I love the colour scheme for this one. I went with yellow and purple again. Surprise, surprise. But I also added some bright pink into this one as well. And I think that the colour scheme turned out super cute. I really, really like the colour scheme. And I gave her really long hair just because I wanted to, and because I wanted to add a little bit more interest to the background and kind of around the character, because her pose was a little bit closed up. And I gave her this big flowy skirt with a piano print across the bottom of it. I just think this turned out really cute. Yes, I could have made it a little bit more accurate to the prompt of piano, but to be honest, I don't really care. I think it works well enough for the prompt, and I like it, and it turned out cute, and I love the colour scheme. I also went all out and just added a star on the end of her guitar as well, to make it a bit more whimsical and a bit more like she could be a musical themed magical girl or something. Or like she could be part of a team of magical girls that all have instruments. That probably already exists, but I'm not aware of it, so let me know if that exists, because I would love to know about it, because that sounds so cute. Also, I'm gonna go off on a really long tangent now, so I apologise, but when I was younger and I used to watch significantly more anime than I do now, I used to design magical girl teams all the time. I have so many illustrations of groups of characters that all kind of followed a theme. I just loved it, and the one that was most developed was each of them was themed around like a dessert, and I know that stuff like that already exists for sure, but I tried to put my own kind of spin on it. And also the main girl character was not pink themed, because I feel like so many magical girl teams, pink is the main colour, or the like leader of the group is always themed around the colour pink for some reason. So I made my main character mint green, and she was themed around mint, and it was so cute. I might have to make a video where I show off some of my old illustrations of my characters. They all have really cringy names, but I think the designs are cute. Maybe I should even try and redraw them or redesign them now. That'd be really interesting, actually. Or also, yeah, let me know if that's something that I should do. Maybe I should do that in the new year, because I'm focused so solely on this challenge at the moment. I have so much going on. But anyway, sorry about that incredibly long tangent. Prompt number 76 was bakery. And I just really wanted to draw something cute, something kind of bakery themed. This ended up being a little bit more like this is a character that is like baking at home, rather than it being sort of bakery themed, because I don't think she looks like she works in a bakery or anything. It looks kind of informal, but it does kind of fit with the bakery theme, so I'm gonna say that this works. I mean, you know, if we could have a keytar instead of a piano, we can have home baking instead of a formal bakery, can't we? Yes, we can. So I ended up going with a green, a kind of mint green and purple colour scheme for this because I had some washi tape that I knew I wanted to use as a bit of a decoration in the background, and the washi tape is kind of a mint green with some pink and orange and stuff, so I decided I wanted to use mint green in there somewhere. The green that I ended up using ended up being completely different from the tape as it happened. I just didn't really have a green that actually matched the tape quite as well as I was hoping, so you can't really tell that it matches, but I still don't think it's too distracting, so that's why I went with mint green. I also used a little bit of like a peachy orange and a pink just because I thought they would look cute with the green, and then went with some purple in the background and added just a little bit of a brighter pink for some of the kind of embellishments. There are some strawberries around the edges. I used that brighter pink for just a few details on her dress, like the collar part, and then outlined her with that bright pink near the end as well. So I drew her kind of holding some like cupcakes or something. They were meant to be chocolate, but they kind of just look burnt, which I think is much funnier. Yeah, so maybe it's chocolate, or maybe she just burnt everything. Either way, this turned out okay. I think it could have been better, but it's still pretty cute anyway. And then, like I mentioned, I added that washi tape in the background just as a little bit of an extra embellishment, just to kind of decorate the blank edges, and I think this one ended up super cute. But yeah, that's all the prompts for this week. I had a lot of fun with these. I especially liked those 3 prompts that were a little bit more free and I didn't have to actually follow a prompt word, because I feel like for some of these prompts I struggle so much with the prompt word. I'm like, I don't really want to draw this, but I've tried to force myself throughout this challenge to follow the prompts as much as I possibly can. But I've really been enjoying just kind of drawing whatever I want, and it's kind of interesting. I'm so excited for this challenge to be over so that I can draw things that aren't related to this prompt list. It's really interesting. It hasn't stopped me from being inspired to draw, it's just made me want to draw other things that aren't to do with this prompt list, which is really interesting in my opinion. But I'll try and talk about that in a separate video after this challenge is over. I'm planning on making a video where I talk about my experiences throughout this challenge and whether my art has improved at all throughout it. I think it would be really interesting to take a look into that. But for now, I've spoken way too much in this video. I went off on a couple of different tangents, so I apologise for that, but thank you so much if you actually watched this far. I appreciate that very much. And that's it for this week. See you next week. Goodbye.